Hello, I'm Dan Lutz, and I'm addressing the Billion Coin community, the world of GCR and abundance-minded people everywhere. Well, today is a new year. This is the 7th of January, 2019. But I caught it. I like to get started on the first time of the year saying the right year. So we're doing good so far. And I'm going to just go through a couple of the blogs and talk about where we've been over the last year, and even actually what we've been over for the last 2 years with TBC and its growth. And also one of the blogs, a recent blog, I think it was the last one put up, was my predictions for 2019 for TBC, and that actually is for us to become the #1 cryptocurrency in the world. And in fact, that we could actually make a case for that right now, but let's just say that we're number 3. And I'm going by active users. But anyway, let me go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to get right into the blogs here. So, a second here. There we go. Over to there. Okay. So I have highlighted here, the 2018 TBC achievements. So this is a blog. It's a long blog. So why don't we start with this one? This is looking forward to 2019, and because I'll lay some context for the reason why I want to go this way. But this is published on December 30th. Looking forward to 2019. You can see that we have a lot of places all over the world where TBC is available to people, and they are using it. So this globe is in your kringle.cash back office. You can click on it and you can get the full thing blown up, and there's wonderful things you can do with it. So remember when I installed this spinning globe app into the kringle.cash back office, and that for the longest time only 4 or 5 members were logged in at any given time. Now for the longest time it's always lit up like a Christmas tree, like you see in the above images. Folks, this is what growth looks like, right? Again, well, this is active at the time, right? So there's people all over the world that are active at that time. So I didn't know that that's actually I thought it was just where we were all over, like everyone, but no, it's actually the ones that are active at that moment. So something I did not know. So I also remember when we started the testimonial campaign, I remember that we had only about 2,000 video testimonials on the website. Even some members protested during this campaign. Once again, growth showed up in numbers. 1 year later, we have 22,000 testimonials, and I haven't pushed this campaign for over 8 months. We have several campaigns going right now, and the numbers are looking good. As we enter 2019, we will be pushing hard on our merchant campaign. And as I mentioned in the last article posted, I will build out a listing area for merchants inside the kringle.cash back office. This new feature will appear to have a slow start like other campaigns, but by the end of 2019, I expect we will have millions of merchants listed within it. Everything is life starts out. Everything in life, I think is what I mean. Yeah, that should be in. Everything in life starts out small and grows day by day. So always have the foresight of where we are going, and do not pay too much attention to where we are on any given day. We are kicking off a full-timers campaign as a sub-campaign to the cash flow campaign. Full-timers are members that don't have an outside job. TBC is their job. We will gather these and support their efforts to cash flow constantly to help them stay focused on building TBC. I believe these full-time members will become the backbone of the Kringle Society ongoing. An organized effort to change the whole world for the better is the only way we can succeed at actually changing the whole world. It won't happen by accident. And that's true. This takes everyone's effort. So, this is amazing, that we have at any one time. You can look at, there's these active people around the world that are doing something. And we've gained 22,000 testimonials over the year of people getting on video to do a message to the world. 22,000. Now, I would say it would be hard to find 22,000 people in the Bitcoin community that are out there actually making a video about it. I'm sure that there's thousands of them, a lot of them that are doing active business in Bitcoin, and they use YouTube. But to actually, as a campaign, this is a great achievement that we've come to this stage. We have 22,000 testimonials. It's amazing. So let me go to this next one. So this is a Happy New Year 2019. This is was published on December 31st, 2018. And again, it's a blog by admin. Happy New Year 2019. The moon, to the moon, TBC will go. Wishing all humanity a Happy New Year, especially all of our TBC members for 2019. I think I did a pretty good job laying down the word of all the achievements that TBC did in 2018. And we'll cover that in a minute. It is in this article there. We collectively managed to fix a lot of things that went wrong with TBC in 2017. And the year 2018, the main thing I think we achieved was correcting a belief that TBC economy magically appears just because we have TBC coins into we are in the distribution phase of TBC and not yet the TBC economy. And through a collective effort by our TBC members, we will grow a TBC economy from the ground up. Let's empty the admin wallet of all TBC coins in 2019 with 1 billion members all over the world, and be all set to fully enjoy TBC economy in 2020. We may succeed in any poverty globally in 2020, as we will have the capacity to provide jobs paid in Kringles to all humanity. And this is the posters, how to TBC will end poverty globally. So out of 7.5 billion global population, about 4 billion are working class that support the children, seniors, disabled, and the TBC millionaires will be provide far more jobs than here, far more jobs there, are people in the world creating zero unemployment and ending poverty forever. So out of this, 7.5 billion. So now 1 billion, right, TBC millionaires will already have the means to create 5 to 10 job opportunities for the working class. 1 million TBC billionaires will provide liquidity to the TBC millionaires for job creating perpetually. All right, and then empty admin wallet. We're in a distribution phase of TBC. So what this actually, what we're actually in is this phase of distributing TBC. Can you use TBC now? Yes. Is it easy? No. It takes some effort. You need to explain it, to use it. Even the whole concept of cryptocurrency is foreign to so many. Out of that 7.5 billion, when I did the videos on comparing Bitcoin and Ethereum to TBC, And we're only talking about 35 million wallets for Ethereum or 22 million wallets for Bitcoin. And, even we have, now I'm not sure if we have 50 million wallets for TBC, but we have 50 million that have created accounts, registered their email and logged on. So maybe they didn't make wallets. I'm not exactly sure, but we do know we have 50 million that have applied for accounts. But that's out of 7.5 billion. Or I said, and out of 4 billion are the ones that are the working class. So out of this population on the world, we're really only talking about just a few people that know what even cryptocurrency is. And the main focus, if you look at the news, is always going to be about the market exchange. Why? Because the system is about the market exchange. It's about the stock market. It's about the fabricated economy that all the fake money, the fiat money, is using, and they all present. Now, on the what's going on with the world situation, and Trump has been actually pointing out that the Fed has a fake economy. There's fake news to support the fake economy, but he's riding it. Super job numbers. It's almost 320,000 new jobs in the end of last year. Great way to end, but it's all fictitious, right? It's the way they count the numbers. And now Trump knows it's fictitious. He's just using the same systems to point out that it's all phony. But it's all based upon this idea of a market exchange where they manipulate the numbers. So everything in Bitcoin is manipulated. I know firsthand what's going on in the Bitcoin market with the manipulation. I'm working with people that are talking with hedge funds and large trusts that are looking at purchasing large amounts of Bitcoin, and they're not buying them on the market. Not buying them on the market. Because the people with the large amounts of coin, the whales, will not sell to them on the market. Why? Why would the whales not want to sell their coins through the market? Well, if the whales start selling big amounts of Bitcoin on the market, what would happen to it? Well, two things. One, it's gonna be a little depressed because the supply is so big, right? Then there's also the middleman of the market. They're going to have the buy-sell, so they can cut out the middleman. But they want to manipulate the market down. The whales want it to go down. Why? They have all this coin. Why would they want it to go down? So that they can take the ride up as the buy and sell, and they can manipulate it as it goes up and down. Later, they won't sell to the hedge funds and the trusts off market. They'll only sell it through the markets. So I'm sorry, we're busy on the exchange here as we're making this ride, which is right where we're at right now. So the markets are nothing better than casinos for most people. When you go into a casino, who's the winner? Look around you. All the people out there. Who's the winner? Well, it's the house is the winner, not the people there. The house always wins because they get it on the margin. And in the casinos, they have the numbers that basically show that they're going to win. And some of the people that are going there will win, but most lose. It's a lose-lose-win, lose-lose-lose-lose-win scenario. So TBC is not in that realm. It is looking at a economy that is stable. If you want to say anything about about TBC coin, Kringle coin right now, is it is stable. It's right around $8.30 a Kringle, $8.50 a Kringle. It's in there, but it's going to float up, and it's going to continue. Maybe it might go down a penny in a day or two because the gold price went down. But we have this upward push of members joining, so it's better than gold in that way. So a real economy is where the coin is being used as a medium of exchange. We need to use it as a medium of exchange. So we'll build a real economy with our Kringle coin, where you'll be able to use it. Now, this is going to become very evident in this year for manufacturers and merchants and governments, where they're going to see that this system, an algorithm-based money system, which takes a positive direction, and though there is some negatives, and the daily price can go down a bit, it has a positive overall upwards movement. So this is why it's going to take us some time to get there, but we have the whole world. We're only in the tens of millions of people that even know what cryptocurrency is. They have a wallet, whether it's a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Kringle wallet. So we have a lot of room to grow, and this is the year. A lot of changes, right? The whole world economy is going to be changing, and there's going to be a lot looking towards the cryptocurrencies, and there's going to be a lot looking at how do you get rid of a central bank system and go to a decentralized system. All right, so let's move on. Okay, well, this is just a few more weeks for the redemption. So, if you did extend your redemption, and that is by purchasing a little bit more Kringles from your sponsor, you can go ahead and extend your cookie period, or wait for the next redemption, which will be coming in May, I believe. So, okay, I'm not going to go through this one. Let's skip over to this one. Now, this is the long one. That's why I'm leaving it to the end. All right. So, 2018 TBC achievements. So, we'll start and we'll cover a few things. So, 2018 is jam-packed. So many TBC achievements that I hope you're sitting down, because this is going to be one of the longest articles I've ever written. Like everything else in life, perspective about the current state of affairs in TBC will both be seen as glass. The glass is half empty, as well as the glass is half full, depending on the general perspective of each individual. I definitely see the glass as half full, and I'm proud of the TBC community. 2018 will be seen from a future perspective, looking back as the year TBC Prosperity laid the foundation needed to actually achieve our mission and end poverty globally, which mission can be reached as early as 2020. May we unite around the supporting messages towards that mission. 2017 was the year TBC almost died. I like to praise all the TBC leaders that stuck with TBC in 2017 and suffered through the long list of difficulties that year. Yeah, let me just take a moment to flash back. Going back to that time, we were really only in I think just getting up into like $100 range or something at the end of 2017. Yeah, maybe it was even less than that. But there were so many people that did not get what we were doing, and they were making deals on TBC, ignoring the membership agreement of the price, the discounters. This is also the time that I started doing my videos. I actually think it was in November, December, in that time frame, somewhere in there. I made a decision, to try and let people know what it really is. What is TBC, right? And to do the videos to help people grasp what it was. So I did 30 days straight, and then I started doing all these little videos where I put out something every day on TBC to kind of explain it and help explain it. So this is something that is a labor of love, to love the concept of what we're doing to change the world. So we have really good leaders all around the world, and there is so much that has happened, and it continues to happen. And we're adding new leaders all the time, right? We're getting really great people that are starting to catch what we're doing. 2019 is going to be a fantastic year. Anyway, so anyway, let's go back to where we're at here. Okay, we had become the victim of our own success that year. We had experienced hyper growth in 2017, and then we were bombarded with people discounting the value of TBC. An endless list of trolls ripping apart the reputation on the social media, and a couple of copycat coins. Several so-called leaders attempting to hijack the TBC community, a parasite TBC wallet system created by a group of discounters, and a failed blockchain technology that collapsed under the massive growth of TBC transactions. Yeah, I remember that was at that time was when I think it was like April, yeah, something like that, where we were at 24,000 transactions per day, and that's when we were competing, or we were somewhere between 14,000 to 24,000 over a 3-month period. I remember, as I was doing my comparisons to the other cryptocurrencies, because I could match transactions on the exchanges. And we were came in 5th place, right? I did a video, and then we came in 4th place, and then we were still at 4th place. Now, a flashback, flash forward, and a little bit back to about October is when we were in 3rd place video. So, we're steadily increasing, and we're doing really great. So let me go back to where we are here. Okay. Endless list of trolls ripping apart the reputation on social media, a couple of copycat coins, several so-called leaders attempting to hijack the TBC community, a parasite TBC wallet system created by a group of discounters, and a failed blockchain technology that collapsed under a massive growth of TBC transactions. I remember writing an article in 2017 that we needed to take 2 steps back in order to take 1 step forward. We had to turn off all send buttons for a while, and then we had to slowly turn the send buttons back on so we could see how the old blockchain could handle it. In 2018, we migrated to a brand new blockchain, which made it possible to turn all the send buttons back on. I will write future about later on this article. Without such an important mission in place for TBC, it would have been game over for us in 2017. We have so many wonderful members that we have the ability to see past the current problems at any time, because they have set their hearts and minds to succeed at this important mission to end poverty. Outside of TBC, I do not see any other way that humanity themselves will ever end poverty. Some have laid the burden of ending poverty into the God's hands, but I still believe we can do it, especially when we are given some help from God. Glory to God either way. I believe we each have a divine spark within us, and it lights up around this mission. It's okay if you don't believe in God or a creator. You can still join us on our mission for humanity. I'm just glad that we are 1 full year away from that heartbreaking and gut-wrenching year of 2017. If any of you under the delusions that we were being admin is easy, you have to be pretty clueless about how stuff works in the world. No admin, no TBC. It's that simple as that. I'm working on developing the structure that could replace me, because I'm mortal and I have to check out of life at some point, hopefully much later than sooner. But the load to carry also needs to be within reason, and 2017 was a tough year. So that was definitely a very tough period, and yeah, just to think about the amount of problems that we were going through. Taking weeks to get a transaction completed, over and over. If we didn't have the true mission to end poverty, why would anyone have done this? Right? Quite frankly, it's not about the money. I've made some money. Is it anywhere near the amount of money that I was making in my past lives and doing things with my other business careers? No, not even close. Not even close. But it has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with the mission. I'm part of doing the GCR. Why? Global Currency Reset. To end poverty globally. Why did I want to focus so much on Kringle coin, TBC coin? Was to end poverty, to change the system. And it's not about waiting for someone else to go and do it for you. It's not about the easy button that most people complain about, because they went on the market exchange because they want the easy button. Push the button, push the button, push the button, give me the money, give me the money. No, it's not what it's about. If we distribute, 1 billion coins into the world, and we've built the value of the members to understand the value along the way. What's the value? Well, you check what it is for the day. That's what it is. It's $8.30 a kringle. What is it tomorrow? It's $8.31 a kringle. Whatever it is, we know what the price is, and we know it's going to go up until it reaches a certain point, and then it's tied to gold, and which is very stable. Over eons, the gold has held its value. Yes, other than the manipulation of the existing system, where they create fictitious gold to sell on the market, on the fictitious market, the market exchanges, right? They create paper gold contracts, and they dump this gold contracts on the market anytime gold starts rising. Why? Because if there's value in gold, people won't value the worthless paper of the fiat currencies. Anyway, let's get back to this. All right, so 1,271 blog posts have been written so far in this educational TBC blog, counting this blog, this post, of which 841 were written in the year of 2018. So that's just last year. Wow. I will take credit for the first TBC achievement that I'm highlighting in this blog post. I've reviewed our achievements for the year of 2018. I've been writing in the blog for almost 3 years now, 841 posts away, more than half of them in just those 3 years. I'm paying attention to you. I'm watching you. I'm studying and analyze what you are doing and saying. My blog posts are responsive to what I believe and the TBC community needs to know, to understand in order to move forward. More of you should be studying the blog in order to be completely up to speed with TBC and how to fully profit from it. Now, as of this writing of this blog, we have 3,319,342 members of TBC, of which 752,383 joined in the year of 2018. We did make changes on how we count members from just the email verified to being a member that completed a payment of the admin fee on June 1st of 2018. Now, this is a very big change. This is a very, very big and important change. This means that it's not about getting the value to go up by registering an email. This is now when people have paid their $10 to get the lifetime wallet fee, admin fee paid. So when that's done, you're now counted. So 1 grain of gold is added to the value of each coin, each full TBC. So that in itself is amazing that we're now at this where we've crossed over to this point where we're no longer counting just email addresses. These are actually people that are paying. Now, this has done a couple of things. Before, we could see that the price was going up at a very steady rate like this, and then it kind of now looks like it's flat. If you zoom in on it, it's not actually flat. It's actually at an angle, or it's actually starting this steep incline. We can look forward to this now jumping up to where we're again growing at thousands of grains of gold a day. We at one time had 50,000 email addresses registered in a single day. So now it's just about the people that are paying the admin fee. But we still have all the people with the accounts. And that's why, when I did my other video and my predictions, that we need to get those people active. And what makes them active is now they have their wallet, they've exposed. You don't have to explain to them what TPC is now. They have an idea, but they don't know how to use it. But if we now have merchants, I think that is going to be a very big thing for this year. 2019 will be about merchants. All right, let me go back here. We did make the change on how we count members from just being email verified to being members that have completed the payment of admin fee on June 1st, 2018. We have had over 50 million signups in total, and over 90% of those happened in 2018. Whoa. 90% of them. Is that 45 million? Whatever. That's a lot. That's a lot. And it's because we've reached a certain point where enough people knew about it, and it just goes by itself, right? It just gets passed along. And we keep driving it. We keep driving it with the things that we're doing. Okay. But we eliminated the email verification altogether. And that's a good thing. Email is terrible now. It's so controlled, and you can't even send email to anyone anymore. For the details, read this blog. The credit of this remarkable achievement goes to all of you in the TBC community. As of June 1st, 2018, 42,984 have paid the admin fee. And this achievement is very much appreciated. It's basically only 43,000 have paid, right? So that's since June 1st. So 6 months. So we brought in, say, about $420,000 in the last 6 months. All right, so the admin fee as an achievement is very much appreciated. Be aware that just to maintain the TBC in all its parts and currently fixed is around $28,000 a month. The additional development we do varies with revenues coming in on top of that. The more that comes in, the faster we can build out and improve. That's what we're already built. I'll make a comment. I was just looking at my comments on my YouTube video for the projections, and there were some trolls there. Now, if trolls are kind of, let's just say, somewhat thoughtful in their responses, I will keep them there and I'll answer them. If they're just talking using foul language, I'll delete them immediately. But the one that I left up there, they're talking about, there was $30 million made by admin. When are we waiting to see our side? It wasn't. I put down 200,000 have paid their $10 fee, right, which would be about $2 million. And but that's over since the beginning of this. It's a lot of. If you ever done any kind of software development, $2 million isn't anything. It goes away like that. Even simple programming efforts can take hundreds of thousands of dollars. So anyway, let's move on. What was I? Okay. The credit for this remarkable achievement goes to all of you in the TBC community. As of June 1st, 2018, 42,984 have paid the admin fee, but the achievement is much appreciated. Be aware, just to maintain TBC, all of its parts currently fixed around 28,000 a month. The additional development we do with revenue coming in at the top, the more that comes in, the faster we build and move out and improve what is already built. Building cash reserves up is also part of what is needed for the long run. 2018 has been a bear market all along for cryptocurrency, and that also costs us a chunk because it takes at least a day to convert the coins as needed. Sadly, I have found that too much transparency in the financials slows the community growth because self-appointed experts pop up and spread their unreasonable judgments about financials. Some of them do the math like this. 3 million members times $10 is $30 million. So admin got $33 million. That's completely not true. Far, far, far from true. The admin fee has covered us so far, but admin is not getting rich off of it. Admin uses the fee to run TBC. The mission to end poverty globally will cost billions of dollars because we will need to have the means financially to defeat whatever the evil people will do to stop us. The evil people that create poverty in the first place will do whatever they can to get away with us, to stop us. It doesn't matter how much more money they have over what we can pull together. The truth is on our side and we will prevail. I hope you come to a reasonable understanding of how important funding is towards us reaching our grand achievement of fulfilling our mission. And that is so very true. I'm going to point out something else. I love one messaging environment called Telegram. I know that it was started by the foundation, the Fortress Foundation, and that it was funded for the express purpose of creating a open source software package for messaging that would also be secure and give you privacy. They have now gone into creating their own coin. And they raised $1.72 billion to make their coin. $1.7 billion to create their coin. That is going to be a fantastic coin, right? And they're going to put a lot of effort. They're going to hire, 100 programmers, and they're going to put a lot of infrastructure and so on. And they've got a great already start with a messaging environment. They add the coin into the messaging environment. Oh, my! They got a great system there, right? So that's kind of money is what goes into development. Ethereum started with, I think, $35 million. So even if 33 million was collected, even if, that's to be expected. That's enough on that. So let's continue here. Now I want to start going over 2018 achievements based upon calendar months. We started January leading with a testimonial campaign. Now we have 22,000 video testimonies about TBC. This is a massive social proof of what we are doing actually works. We did run into some resistance from certain members in TBC that felt like the testimonial campaign wasn't a good idea. Believe me, it is one of the hallmarks of the TBC registration page when you pass out your link to get others to join. So keep those testimonials coming in. Pizzagate was the making big news by that time. We also help spread the news about that. Anyone that Googles Pizzagate will to come and find out that the elite are so evil that they have become pedophiles and murderers of children that they cannibalize. You can't make this up. These are the same people running the current financial system as well as all the other major institutions integrated into society. These people created poverty on purpose. I've had enough. Have you had enough? We also started to support the QAnon movement in January, and it has given us a lot of ammo to use in waking people up. One of the main reasons I started TBC was to wake up the masses to the human RFID chip. Don't ever get chipped. I also showed you the poverty, how to properly use icebreakers. So anyway, let's stop there for a moment. To understand that this financial system was based around a trick of people's birth certificates, creating a company, and a trust in which you're supposed to be the beneficiary, but you accidentally decide to volunteer to be the one responsible for paying all the bills when they're using this entity's assets to create a lot of money. But the system is held in place through blackmail of the individuals running it. And they all participate in the most horrific things so they can be blackmailed. But the blackmail period is over. We now are being awoken by the QAnon movement and Donald Trump and around the world with the yellow jackets in France. That people are now waking up and saying, forget this stuff. Who are these sick beings? They're not even human anymore because they're eating us, right? You didn't talk about aliens and hybrids and all this kind of stuff, or bloodline families going back to reptilian. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. What matters is who these entities are treating us as their property, as their cattle, as their food. And they call us useless eaters. And the only one useless are them. They're the useless eaters. They're eating, they provide nothing to us. Nothing. So fictitious money. They're just keeping us controlled with mind games. Time for everyone to wake up. And then now, when everything starts going bad and the economy is going to tank, and it's going, and there's nothing to stop it. We just have a good captain at the ship with Trump that is now guiding it to the softest landing as possible, and to flip it into a new world economy using gold-backed assets. And that's on another video that I did not too long ago. But and I'll be doing some more videos basically on this part to try and highlight what's going on with the assets and the new financial system and how that's coming about. And having a decentralized system and having other, say currencies or money, medium exchange like Kringle coin there will explode, because it's a no-brainer if anyone thinks about it. I've been involved with setting up to use TBC as an asset, collateral, for doing buy-sell agreements. And in this first time in expressing what we wanted to do for the people that are doing the trade programs, they could not see what we were talking about until we got one to really understand it. What we're talking about here is something that is cryptocurrency. Number one, is so volatile that they couldn't use it in buy-sells. But TBC is stable and can be used as a stable influence. So as that becomes known, that it's better than gold, what do you think is going to happen with the 50 million people that have an account, but haven't started using anything yet. They don't have a send button. Why? They haven't paid. They have coin, they have cookies. As soon as this starts filtering down into where people are understanding it in a different way, not market exchange, but using it so that you can act on it, like they use gold. Who uses gold to go and buy things? Nobody. But do they put it in the bank and then issue instruments against it? Yes. Can they use that instruments to do projects? Yes, they can do that. Can you buy a house that way? Yes, you could do. Buy a car? Yeah. All of these things are possible. It just takes time and effort to make it happen. And I'm working with a group of very talented people to make that happen. So these things will happen this year, and then we can get rid of those people in the current financial system, and hopefully they get taken off the Gitmo, and they get round up around the world, and we can all move forward and make an abundant space. All right. So let me continue here. In the early part of January, the current price of TBC slammed into the ultimate price. Well, what does that mean? We've got the daily price that was going by the formula that related to the number of members. And then we also have the ultimate price. It basically was increasing the value as each member came in. So one is the price and one is the value. So when they slammed together, that means that at that point they remained connected. So now every time a member joins, it goes up by 1 grain of gold. So that's the beginning of 2018. Yeah, 2018. So, all right. Okay. So in January, we were able to stabilize the old blockchain so that we could turn on 1,000 send buttons. We were still dealing with major problems in the first 6 months of 2018 because the old blockchain was a mess. We also started to accept Litecoin for payment in January because the Bitcoin backlog and miners fees were getting out of control. We had started seeing members use TBC to make land payments in January. That is amazing given the circumstances at the time. At the end of January, we started having weekly send button meetings, and the whole TBC community as a place to rally around. These meetings have kept TBC alive and well. I call them the heartbeat of the community. We finished a month off of this wonderful video about one of our leaders getting so excited about having her send button turned on. Yeah, so and that was good. The send button meetings was also a very good way of us, showing a united front to the whole world, as to our members, right? So they got the point. We had thousands of people on one send button meeting. Normally it's 5, 6, 7, 800 people. So and over a period of time, that they're left up, we can get to 10,000 or more members viewing. So they're very successful. Okay. Let's see, where did we go here? Sorry. Not that blog. All right. So at the beginning of February, we started to make very clear that we were in the distribution phase of TBC with the Helicopter Money blog. I hope you're passing the message along. We are not in the economic phase. Even today, as I write these articles, building a new kind of economy from the ground up is a process that starts with the grassroots and takes time to build out. If you don't make this clear, it leads to people asking the wrong kind of questions that end up slowing us down. This video ended up getting featured in the register space as it was good. All right. Learn how to share the stories to find stories you find here in TBC. It really makes a big difference. TBC Training Center starts opening up in February. Right, we need a lot of more of these people. Shouldn't have to drive more than 50 miles to get to one of these. Here's another video of buying cars with TBC. Buying car stories are now becoming commonplace in TBC today. Admin made it possible to collect cookie rewards from transactions, even if you couldn't keep in touch with the sender. Yeah, you can adopt a sponsor. I did that for a few people. Partnering is the answer. So many situations out in the market field where you are. French TBC community started to get really excited so that we could do French translation and send button meetings for them. Back in February, I gave you the answer to how to get more merchants easily. So many merchants now all over the world. In January 2019, we will set up a listing of merchants in the kringle.cash back office that will work a lot like the cash center listing. And then all the merchants can promote their business inside the kringle.cash back office. Admin welcomed in the police and military in the TBC. I hope all of you realize the police and military are on our side, and the elite will be powerless to stop us. Large TBC gatherings are also common, even back in February. We added Ethereum coin as another way of paying for the admin fee. At the end of February, I make it also clear why your voice matters, because the elite use your silence as your consent to what they are doing to you, and also your ignorance. They don't let you know what they're doing to you. It is important that you, most of you, learn how to do video testimonials and broadcast. It will help develop you and your mindset of a millionaire and billionaire. Without the mindset, you will be at risk of great loss once we arrive at the economic phase of TBC. Skills matter. Digits on a smartphone screen won't change that much of your life unless you can back up those numbers intelligently. Scams really started popping up around TBC. By the time March rolled around, it's still a large problem today. You have to be smarter than the scammers. I'll just stop there for a moment. This is one of the things is these scammers have now kind of graduated, and they have full-on websites where they're created a web domain, and they're asking people to come and register and pay a registration fee. And they all are promising to exchange like a market exchange. And they run away with the money pretty quickly. I saw one of these domains pop up. It lasted back, and then it's down for maintenance, quote unquote. Only took a week. There's two more. All the three of them popped up within a week's period. So people running around and saying that they can do this. And you have to be smarter. And you have to ask two questions. Here's the two questions. Number one, where does the money come from to pay out? If you're going to be going exchanging your TBC, your Kringles, where does the money come from to pay you? Not magic, right? They have to have an answer to that. And if the answer is, well, coming from the members that are coming in, that's a Ponzi scheme. And they can't pay out more than what they bring in, right? And they want to keep the money for themselves. That's why they run away after. Well, scams are mostly where they offer something, people throw their money in, and then they just close up and run away. There's nothing coming out of it. It's just a black hole for your money to go into. A Ponzi is they're going to actually start paying out to kind of keep people excited, right? And when the amount of people joining slows a little bit, they run away with the money then. And the other is a money game. A money game is more of a system that can go on as long as nothing breaks. And the money will keep changing hands. It's just a changing of the hands. Now that can go on, and usually the people that win on those are the ones that are in the beginning, and the longer it takes for you to get in, the longer it takes for you to get up to speed, and they kind of just drift out of existence over time. But those are money games. So one of those three things. Mostly we are dealing with scams and Ponzi schemes. Mostly they're just scams. They just run away. One of the other problems with this is they're asking you for your Kringle, your wallet address, and your password. And what do? They steal your Kringles. And then my Kringles are gone. What happened? Well, you gave your information away. So anyway, well, we'll go back and okay. So you got to be smarter. Oh wait, there was a second question. I didn't get to that. The first question was ask where does the money come from. The second question is we need them to show who they are, because these scammers out there, they just close up when they start another one, and that they stay hidden behind the curtain. You don't know who they are. So I started telling people to ask two questions. One, where does the money come from? And two, will you come on and do a video broadcast with me, and we'll see who you are. And then you can explain your system, your exchanger. You can explain it. And if you can't answer very tough, direct questions, then we can see that you don't have anything. It's not real. And plus, you've shown your face. Now, if you're not going to show your face, that means what? You're scamming. So those are two questions. Be sure to ask it. Be smarter than the scammers. Okay, stick to the instructions on your Kringle Cash back office dashboard, and you will be okay and unaffected by all those scams. Members started making music about TBC and making songs. Yes. We had patched up the old blockchain in the middle of March, started around 500 send buttons a day. TBC ended up being promoted on the radio. I wrote this blog in March, but everyone should read it again. What is it? Your wallet balance. Okay. So your wallet balance may be huge, but it doesn't mean it is 100% spendable yet. Not while we are in the early stages of distribution phase. Just wait and see how spendable it becomes during the economic phase. Admin doesn't set the speed of growth collectively. The whole TBC community sets that speed. We will get there much faster if you all will just follow directions and keep your eye on the big picture and just focus on gathering a full-time income at this time. We celebrate our second year anniversary by doing 24-hour live broadcasts. Yes, I remember the 24-hour live broadcast. That was a very good transition. So yeah, so doing videos for the testimonials, then doing the broadcast, very effective. This is one of the broadcasts. You go into the Kringle Cash back office, go under the send button area, and you can see where you can schedule your broadcast, which is what I did before I got and did this particular broadcast. Okay. Then we worked on keeping up the 24/7 broadcasts ever since. I'm so proud of our broadcasts. They really make a huge difference for the whole TBC community. Cookie rewards expand to include attending send button meetings and for doing broadcasts. We started planning to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary on a cruise a whole year ahead of time. It's important that every member reads the article about greed versus abundance. Otherwise, greed will likely take you over when your wealth pours into your life. Again, in March, I showed you proof that they can plan to chip you. Don't get chipped. This is the most used TBC song I keep hearing that people play. As you can see, we are all very busy in the community, both in good and bad both in good ways and bad. The admin has a plate full of work to do every day. We hit 3 million members in April, but remember, those were just email verified. We made it possible by only checking one tiny box to get your send button turned back on because the old blockchain was fixed up pretty good. It had a lot of bugs. This article is still true today as it was when I wrote it. Okay, you have more than you need already in order to cash flowing in TBC. Just stick to what you see in the Kringle Cash back office dashboard, and then we will see many more things added as we go. I even see leaders making a mistake of asking for more than there is before they make even a greater effort. This cash flowing system is already second to none. Being consistent is how I became self-made millionaire long before TBC came into my head as an idea. Read this. Consistent efforts to pay a big poster. We launched broadcaster leads, right? We now have over 50 million leads of people that signed up but haven't paid the admin fee yet. If sponsors fail to do their job, broadcasters can finish the job. We set a limit of 50 a day. We may raise that limit to 1,000 a day. The elite are poisoning the air, water, food, and medicine, and dumbing down everyone so they don't have any sense to stop them. Only people power will stop them. Go and click on those like buttons. All right. Let's see, TBC community decided to go to Caribbean cruise. I was voting for Southeast Asia. Everyone loves it. Admin asked members a very serious question. Let's see, do you really want to be a millionaire lifestyle poster? All right. TBC coins officially become measured in gold instead of euros. The value always is based upon the number of TBC members. So that was a very important time also. When we now left the euro, which is a fiat currency, as a reference to our value. Remember, we had the current price, the daily price, and we had the ultimate price. One measured the price and one measured the value. But the value is what never goes down. It was based upon us joining. We're giving of ourselves to be part of this. That's where the value comes from. So when we now left the euro and we now associate it to gold, which is something of true value, that made much more sense because we're putting now how much value we're putting 1 grain of gold when we join in each of the coins. So we'll end up with 1 billion grains of gold value in each TBC coin at the end. And we're not there yet. We're only at 3.3 million grains of gold. Which is still $8.6 million, or is it $8.5 million, or $8.50 a kringle. I'll have to see what the current value is. So, all right. So let's continue here. May is a redemption periods. Redeem cookies. Over 200,000 members redeem their cookies. Well, there's another show. We have 200,000 active members. Or I was saying about measuring against the number of wallets in Bitcoin and Ethereum and TBC. And the other thing was the active users. Well, there's 500,000 Bitcoin users, 500,000 Ethereum users, and 200,000 TBC users. Active users. All right, millions of members have cookies, and currently we have extended the November 2018 redemption period until January 31st, 2019 for those that have complete a minimum transaction with their sponsor/partner. Some members started to use their wallets like machine guns and jammed up the old blockchain. I really like that video. the guy was going crazy with it, running that running that machine gun. Oh yeah, having a good time whooping it up, but it just jammed the blockchain. Oh, we don't have to deal with that anymore. Good thing. We set up a send button test that all members must pass to have a send button turned on. This should have been done years ago. Now we know people know the rules before they do transactions. So get used to, okay, well, again, on this send button test is very important. You should not give away answers on how people should read these questions. It's 10 questions. And the answers are pretty much there available to you. So you can figure it out. And if you have to retake it, you retake it until you get it right. But at least by the end, you'll know where the value comes in. Why do we do this? Okay. I've done videos about that as well. So maybe something to look into. TBC gets used to purchase homes. Everyone is excited. Our logo looks great on close. So basically there's a new logo. We're at this time also focusing on kringles. So people say, you're called Kringle Coin now or TBC Coin? Well, we're both, right? We're TBC Coin and Kringle Coin. Why Kringle Coin is because it's really hard to think about, the coin that's $8 million, right? How much of this you want to get me? Cut you off a slice, so tiny. Or here's one full kringle for $8.50. So that's the reason to focus on the kringles, so that because we're dealing with kringles now, you can become a TBCN or you can become a kringler, right? So, two roads to follow. What do you want to be? All right. If you have one full TBC or above, you'll be a billionaire. Right? If you're below that, you'll be a millionaire. So that's where the two roads come from. Okay. Let's see, TBC and Uganda picks up some speed. See, our logo looks good on close. We finished testing our 009 wallet in the middle of May, so we started the migration. New members are invited to the new wallet, so the smoking new fast blockchain, it really is fast. This is 30,000 transactions per second, so that's amazing. Let's see. May 28th, 2018, historically known as the first day TBC achieved a foothold legally. So that's when we had the king of the 110 tribes in the Philippines that went ahead and accepted it as a medium of exchange. Another first, TBC is in the news, and May redemption period gets extended to June. 2 classes of cookie rewards introduced. So you had the broadcasters, and then you had the standard. Let's see, contest is announced, our first cruise contest announced. Broadcasters use Google Sheets to paste leads, password recovery system built into the new wallet. Early results start about broadcaster leads. Health clinic accepts 50%. Kringles 50% cash. Isn't cash flow system better than a cash out button? Kicked off a 500% cookie reward bonus in June. That was very successful. Everyone was very happy with that promotion. Broadcasting on a smartphone is so easy. And if you want to blame someone for your financial hardship, blame the Rothschilds. Okay, new help desk system. That was also a very big deal. Thank goodness we have the help desk. It's easier to track when there's problems. All right, here is the official TBC cash flow outline. It can be, you can't be a broadcaster if you don't attend a send button meeting. You should make sense because broadcasters need to know what you're talking about to stay updated, because TBC Train is moving fast. Admin provides new and important marketing scripts. Okay, just know as admin, I put a lot of thought into every detail what's doing, and know what you're doing, experiencing in the field. There are so many good tools to use in the blog. I just suggest you make a toolbox. And then you have the cruise contest results. Let's see, July, we really focus on teaching our members the cash flow and how to cash flow fast. Send buttons on the 004 wallets get turned off. All right, payment support bugs fixed. Leaders are encouraged to become cash flow coaches. More land is purchased using TBC. Admin encouraged broadcasters to do dialogue instead of doing monologues. So, on the dialogues, monologues, I've done both, and right now this would be considered a monologue, right? Where I'm not doing a dialogue, I'm not having a conversation, but having dialogues is very helpful to help people have communication. This particular reading of this is it helps on one level, but when you have a dialogue, it actually expands your thinking. So you become part of the conversation. You start thinking how you can ask a question. That helps. So it's very good to have dialogues. Migration becomes automated behind the scenes. We are on a bridge going towards the TBC economy, but we are still in the distribution phase. Another car purchase using 100% Kringles. Large meetings seldom get reported because they are so common. Most large transactions never get documented on video, but this one did. So large made lovely to see it up first broadcast. Don't know what that was. We could watch it. Okay, 500 bonus gets extended for another month. Again, that was a successful time. See cash centers set up in the Kringle Cash back office, French button meetings. We're so proud of the French community. The metamorphosis of TBC into Kringle. So that's what we were talking about earlier. So, TBC coins are still the full coin, and Kringles are just, that's what we focus on, Kringle. TBC makes it into the television news. All right. See, if you run TBC by the numbers, you will be a pro. New features added to the 009 to prevent costly mistakes. As people were sending, I'm going to send $100 worth, and they sent 100 TBC. So that little fixes like that to wake up and say, oh, what mode you're in there. Okay, August begins with the Toolbox Curls contest. The blog's going in all over. 2018 achievements, great toolboxes. Yeah, there were some great toolboxes there. July top recruiter, July contest winners announced. Even one day old baby can sign up for cookie rewards, and here is how. We set up archive who didn't make the migrate. So yes, your coins are all still there. If you did not migrate your old wallet, you can still do it. They're archived in the database, so you can retrieve them. We ask those members that just don't want to participate in building up the TBC community to be quiet Kringlers. Right? Yeah, so it doesn't do any good for you to decide for everyone else that it's not a good coin, because you're comparing to Bitcoin and other market-based coins. Right? Why would you want to harm your chances, right, for our success? You harm yourself by attacking what we're doing. It's amazing. Oh, I can't do anything with this coin. Well, if you had Bitcoin in the first 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of its existence, you could not do anything with it. I was one of them. I could not do anything with it. I stuck it on a hard drive. I put away for storage. Boom. Couldn't do anything with it. But did I go and complain? No. That's ridiculous. Wake up, people. Okay, let's see. Training on how to do a three-way call properly. All right. You don't need salesmanship in order to do cash flow. Cash centers get officially launched all over the world. We now have 3 languages for send button meetings. We have a fast start system, multiply your daily income, which is a very successful campaign there. Yeah. Law firm accepts 50% Kringles, 50% cash. Print ready business cards set up in Kringle Cash back office. We begin September by announcing the August cruise contest. All right, and then send button meetings expanded to include Bengali. Mbae Derek steps up to be the cruise coordinator. Over 2,000 members attend the event in India. Large meetings in Cameroon are very common. Acquiring merchant campaign begins now. We prepared TBC community for a brand new rapid rewards. Birthday wish to the baby named after the TBC coin. Admin points out the dangers of AI. QR code added to the 009 wallet. A U.S. SEC subpoena comes to some American leaders in TBC. Admin wants the whole community to know the difference between public and private. Let me just stop here on these two things. So I know a lot of people were talking about this even recently. Someone asked me about it. I said, from my understanding, they sent out what was an inquiry. And a lot of people got freaked out. It's the same thing that happens if you get a traffic ticket in your mail, right? You ever get, you get a letter from the government, you open it up and they go, how did this happen? There's this wave of fear goes over you and oh, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to deal with this? Because the whole system is based on fear. Their intent is to create fear in you. So there is a difference between public and private. This goes back to the beginning. These are 2 different jurisdictions. The public, where the government resides, and the SEC is there. Everything inside there is their domain. Things that are outside are not their domain. It's not their jurisdiction. I often say, well, I've got a chicken and you've got a duck and we want to trade. Why is the government in the middle of that? Where do you have to file the papers for permission to do that? That's a system you don't want to be in. You want to just go ahead and trade with someone else. It's a private transaction. There's nothing wrong with that. TBC has been private from the very beginning. So just because there's an inquiry doesn't mean people have to freak out. So that being said, there's been now a lot of effort put into creating a foundational structure that is, let's say, is equipped to work with that public system. So, all right, so let's move on. First week, rapid rewards, okay, and then Google Translate used to translate the public notice to address the U.S. SEC. Right, so rapid rewards achievers are recognized in Kringle Cash back office. Then 3 campaigns running in perfect harmony. Law firm steps up to explain the protection coming from public notice. Admin warns America to prepare for martial law. September, and we still have to be prepared for martial law. This is not a joke. There will be major disruptions happening. Hopefully, it's very minimized and happens very quickly. But as this deep-seated evil, what we call the deep state, is routed out, it's going to be fighting all the way. How much that can be minimized will be up to how well Trump executes everything that they have planned. Anyway, so September cruise contest winners announced. There we go. Instructions on a new member can cash flow. Right. Rapid rewards 5-day plan explained. Cookie rewards is only for the people and not the institutions. Credit Society mission statement. Admin shares the plan to end central banking. Taste of what it's like to attend the send button meetings. All right. The living man is more valuable than a pile of gold. It's always an interesting. I always use this and I talk to people. I said, okay, you're sitting there, and then right next to you is a statue made of solid gold that looks just like you. Which one is more valuable? You know, almost everybody says the pile of the statue of gold is more valuable than them. It's really amazing. We're more valuable. Now, I pointed out to them, and they go, oh, yeah, I'm more valuable than a pile of gold. No, actually, the whole financial system runs off of that system because it's not on gold right now. It's running on you, on your birth certificate. And it's infinite in value. All right. A great clarity is given out about public notices. TBC inspired more songs and music. We kick off the Caribbean send button meetings. We are one for the better, our better world. November redemption period begins, but you can only click redeem now button once. You know, I actually missed the redemption period. I waited to like the last day, and I forgot about the time zones. I said, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And it was like, so I got to wait to the next redemption period. Okay. But it's okay. There's another one coming. All right. Cookie reward improves definition. Okay. The mind of the admin. This is what it looks like at the beginning and the end of poverty. Over 50 million signups in TBC. So there we go. 50 million. That's an interesting article. Members polled in the kringle.cash back office about extending November redemption period. Okay, merchants are pouring into the TBC community. It's very important. Existing constant inviting leads to constant cash flow. TBC is a powerful tool. Use it correctly. Robot revolution needs to be in balance with abundance-based economy. SW, and the S curve. Right. Admin advises broadcasters in the whole TBC community to refer to gold instead of dollars. This is a bit of a challenge. I know in dealing with the shopping carts, I basically say it in the description, it's in gold. But then, you know, I have to list it, you know, as what's available in the shopping cart. So I got to try and balance that out, but give notice about what we're really referring to is the gold, and we're estimating in dollars or whatever. You're gonna, if it's in, have to refer to it in other cryptos, then that's still it has to be stated out that way in gold. Okay, Bengali TBC community is on fire with growth and leadership. Okay, November redemption period officially extended to January 31st. TBC Cash Flow King shares his story. Kringles are peer-to-peer private medium of exchange. Very important article. Instructions on how to contact TBC commissioner, also important. You got to just send an email. how to unlock the value of your TBC wallet. Okay, holiday promotion explained. Dolphins are the spirit animal of the Kringle Society. That's our official spirit animal. December begins with Cameroon leaders sharing the TBC spirit with orphanage. The master key to the is to encourage fast duplication. Right. What is Pantera de Oro? It's also a very article to go to, and there's videos that you can read through and understand what Pantera de Oro is. It is a private society. It is outside of the existing system, and we're, in, how do you say? We're in, I don't know, say a treaty with them, or we're and we work with what the foundations that they've set up and use their model, you might say. Okay. Amateurs Fed a court case in favor of cryptocurrency against SEC. So it's another important point. I've recently read proposed regulations for the Philippines SEC. And there's a very specific point in there, and it says that cryptocurrency, dealing with other cryptocurrencies, is not their jurisdiction. Very plain, not their jurisdiction. It is basically not their money. It's only when you deal with their fiat money, their debt notes, their name is on it. It's theirs, not yours. You think you have money or you have all these $100 bills, U.S. Federal Reserve notes. It's my money. No, it's not. You're just holding a debt instrument from them. It's theirs. Okay. Financially, TBC has always stood on its own. Kringles are magic coins. Transaction transcript explained. Admin advises send button meeting hosts. Members are encouraged to use join.me app. It's a very good app. It is very good to use. Poverty is the source of why the people of France are revolting. Yeah, they've been taking away all their money, all these social programs, everything given over to now endless lines of immigrants coming in to take away what they have. So they lose all of their wealth and giving it to other people. Does it make any sense for you to go into poverty? Check the lists. Is your central bank run by the Rothschild family? I think there's only 3 banks that are not: Iran, North Korea, and Russia. And who's the enemies of the world? Those 3. Interesting, right? You don't, not in our central bank system. You're our enemy. Get them. They're trying to kill us. Everyone, go over there, get them. Russia pulled out a while ago now. And now North Korea is no longer going to be an enemy. So what about Iran? What are we going to do there? Is that also all made up? Could be. Everything I knew growing up about Iran and everything, people I knew that were from Iran, I had no problem with them. Not many Iranians. They called themselves Persians because they didn't like the stigma of Iranian. So they were all Persians. No problems. So what is this? What is the problem? Is it actually still a deep state issue? Who would ever have thought that North Korea was just a satellite state of the CIA, of the cabal, right? That they ran them. It didn't even enter my mind. Only over the last year that even like, oh wow, how much of this is a complete fantasy that has been presented for us. Let me get back to this. We still got a little ways to go here. My goodness. The proper process of going full-time in TBC explained. Central banks and public office corruption is at all-time high and needs to end. Yes, it does. Light a fire, and the central banks will be destroyed. And how it will affect you. Oh, I read that wrong. I'm sorry. Light a fire and keep it burning. Right? Then central banks will be destroyed. How this will affect you. This will be a good thing overall, but there'll be some turmoil in the middle. World stock markets are crashing, and Trump has the magic wand, and they try to make it crash and make him look bad. And he just twisted the knob, and oh, it went up 1,000. Oh, amazing! Everyone should buy on the dip. What a great president he is. Eye on the dip. Wink, wink. Tipping the scales of power between good and evil. All right. Admin supports the end of 2018 celebration. Right. Car purchase with 100% Kringles right before Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh, I guess we've gone through that part. All right. Back to the article part. Dear members, it did take time to write this list of 2018 achievements, so at least you can do is read the whole thing. Okay, we are. We did a lot in 2018. We survived 2017. And 2018 had laid a firm foundation to thrive in 2019. Think about the admin fee, how small it is, and that it only once a year that is paid for all those achievements. Without funding, none of this would have happened. It's still, I still hear the complaint that admin is not doing enough fast enough. Really? Here's the truth. The only way that we could do more and faster is with funding. If all you want, I could set up a monthly fee for Kringle instead of an annual fee. No one wants that. I'm open to that. If anyone really wants that, what you all want, or I'll be happy with the progress we have already made and keep it going as it is already today without changing it. I mean, we're not 3 years old yet. We're not 3 years old yet. Getting close. But we have a lot achieved to be even number 3 of all cryptocurrencies. Yes, it is not easy to use. No, there's no market exchange, and there's no easy button to press. But that's not where we're at. So just think about what we're doing. If you're not happy about it, that's okay. Just put it away for a year or so. Come back and check in and see what we're doing. All right, we're happy to say hello, and hey, want to use the merchants? We've got 1 million merchants in the back office here for you to go ahead and select and use your coin with. All right, let's see. Where did we go here? Okay, oh, we're here. Hope you realize that the actions of the U.S. SEC have been addressed, and we are moving forward on a solid lawful ground as a private society, which is thousands of years of history of being lawful. We are covered, and you all should go through the private education in Kringle Cash back office to understand that. Unlocking the value of your TBC wallets is in your hands collectively as the membership. I have even given you all a plan of how we can reach our objective of having 1 billion members by the end of January 2019. At least one TBC leader needs to stand up and light that fire and keep it burning to make that happen. But we already have many TBC leaders. So who will light that fire? Who will light that fire? There are many third-party distractions. So what I'm saying is the fastest way to unlock the whole value on your TBC wallet. I suggest you ignore those and focus completely on what is said on the dashboard of your Kringle Cash back office. Some think we are selling coins. That's not what we are doing. We are in the distribution phase of TBC. What we are selling is our newest members a job. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Follow the transaction script, and it won't even feel like you're selling anything. But new members will learn that it pays better to work for us. The work is easy, and you can be done from the comfort of your own home, and work hours up to you. That's your freedom, my friend. The path ahead does not have to be hard, but the path is also not effortless. You will either become a millionaire or a billionaire on this path. Why would anyone think you should that should come without effort? I'm so proud of what we did to achieve this so far. I feel blessed from on high. I believe we're meant to fulfill our mission to end poverty globally, and it's going to be done in 2020. Yes, it'll be done by 2020. And can we get to $1 billion by the year from now? Anything is possible. I'll be happy when we get our 50 million people activated. That should be enough $10 in there to get things going. We still, even just think about this. We've got those 50 million people to pay their $10. That's only $500 million. $500 million. And as I said, the Telegram, they collected 1.7 billion to make their coin. And we have our coin, and we're growing. So let's see. I'm sure we have 50 million active users who have paid their $10. How many people would have gotten a Kringle Cash account by that time? You know, will we be getting up to $1 billion? Who knows? And then they just have to get active. So anyway, we've done a lot. I just want to point out there's some videos on here. We won't go through the videos. Hello, Randy. So you can go on here. There's Stephen Caulfield, and a couple more videos on here. So please come on here, check them out. I have not gone through these videos yet, but it does take quite a lot to go through the that article. But it is a long one. Admin took the time to put it together, so at least we can do is read it, or at least you can watch this video, and we've gone through it. Of course, I would say it's going to be very good to use this particular article in case you want to find out examples for things. You can go back and say, oh, when was a car purchased with that? You can find the article right away from this article. There's a house purchase. So when you want to explain things to people and say, well, what can I do with it? Well, look, let's look at this article. Oh, let's look at this article. But explain to them. It's not easy. You have to then explain about TBC and see how you'll be able to go about using TBC for that purpose. So, all right. Let's see. I just want to cover one more thing here. Let me see. Go back. That's page 2. Go back to 1. Here we go. The 2019 prediction video. This is my video. I think you should go ahead and take a look at this. This actually is where I was really comparing the video I did about 3 months ago, where I said we're in 3rd place. And I said, what is it going to take us to get to 1st place? We're not in 1st place. We can make a case that we're in 1st place, but until we get more active users than Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think we're safe in 3rd place, and that's not bad. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone for participating in this. You know what? I should go ahead and take a look and see. Back to the Hangouts here. I'm going to wait. Okay. Stop that. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and see if there's anyone in the YouTube room. Let's see if there's. We can look at that. If there's any questions being asked in here. Hello, everybody. We got quite a few. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Paul. All right. Hello, Doris. All right. Well, let's see. As a question goes, someone, at least we still get a troll here coming in here. You know, why don't you come on, Perfect Adiris? Why don't I go ahead and give you a link? You make a post here, say that you'll come on. I'll give you a link, and we can talk about it. Because they want to talk about how this is a scam, and they really want to point out that they know better, right? Well, if you know better, come on here and let's talk about it. Are you ready to do that? Perfect Adiris? You ready to come on and have a conversation? I mean, I'm all into having a conversation. You want to see where I'm wrong, and what and where I'm misplacing my view and saying, oh, it's like this. Where am I going wrong? No. Anyway, I don't. I often ask the people that are saying that this is not real or something like that. They just don't understand. They don't want to take the time to learn what we're doing. So it's amazing how I know some people that had a lot of coin. They were in from a long time ago, and I'd ask them, well, how much money did you spend? Right? And they said, well, did you sell any of your coin? Did you retrieve them? Yes, you got their money back, and they made more money on it. So okay, so what is your problem? Oh, I can't go onto an exchange. It's always the same mentality. How can I go on to an exchange? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'll go ahead and grab my link here, right? And I'll put it in there in the chat group, and just in case someone wants to come on at this time, we will go ahead and chat. Okay, guys, if you want to jump on, there's a link in the chat room. Come on, Perfect Adiris. Let's have a conversation. Amazing. It is totally amazing. I always want to say something from the shadows, right? Because you know better. Watch me explore TBCM. All the people saying scam will be so ashamed. Yes. Good. So there's so many people that want to come out and sit back and say they know better, but they won't come out and address it head to head. Right? If you know more than me, okay, great. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where am I misleading people, right? Or that I have scammed somebody, right? That's what it comes down to. If you think that you know better, then tell me. Because I've been in this from the very beginning. There is nothing else out there like this. This is the only effort that I know outside of the GCR that is going to change things. Now, my issues with the GCR is I've had this ongoing battle in the back of my mind about this. Because I knew in 2014 that it's the cabal trying to flip the world economy. That they were all in Malta and they were trying to do it with one quad or 4 quads or whatever it was. And it was the Bushes that were there in the driving seat. And if they did that, if they were successful, it would have ended the world. They would have bought it up in that one deal. So beyond that, the system has to come to an end from the standpoint of the current fiat US dollar or Federal Reserve note. It has to end. Just increasing the rate a little bit just takes so much steam out of the economy that it can only go to a certain point. That means they have, literally, when they used to swing this back and forth, go back to the 70s, right? And they got off the gold standard and they started swinging the interest rates back and forth. They were up into the 10%, 13% interest rates. And over the time, it's gone smaller and smaller swings. Right? Because when it gets into a very certain spot, that little bit of a sway will either just end the economy. So right now, Trump is looking to push the world economy over the edge, as far out as possible, but waking up the people and pointing at the Fed. See, look at this, look at this, look at what they're doing, look at what they're doing. There's no war for them to blame, which was their plan. Hillary gets in, go to war with Russia. Why? No central bank. Who else? No central bank. Oh, Iran. Oh, go to war with them. Who else? No central bank. Oh, North Korea. Oh, go to war with them. Oh, so there's who we go to war with. They don't have a central bank. So we get pushed to the edge, and Trump ends all of the trade agreements and everything out there that are stopping the economy from moving forward, and taking off all the chains that are chaining it down, right? And so that when the economy actually collapses, the US dollar is now nothing, and they say, okay, well, here's the new one with gold backing, and we're going to do an exchange. It's supposed to be 1 for 1, $1 US to $1 US. Now there's no more fiat anymore, so it's now locked to gold. You can't do all these other types of things that blew up made all these bubbles. They can't have any more bubbles. The bubbles are gone. Where they go build them up, pop them, and then reap the reward, that's done. And anyone that's been participating in those bubbles, they get blown up in this deal, and they lose all their assets, and now we have a fair system. But while this happens, while this system goes down, new currencies can be in place. Kringle is one of them. We will be stable. We will be stable and increasing in value as people join. And at that time, we will have an economy. So, is this a divinely inspired? Yes. Is this, moving forward and everything happening and in God's timing? Yes. If you're, as in the blog and admin was pointing out, even if you're not believing in God, you can still go along for the goals for humanity. Well, you believe in synchronicity. We are synchronized with the world events, and we're there, and it's happening. Okay, with that, let's end this. We have a good new year coming. I'll be doing back to my schedule for at least doing Mondays for TBC. We have the send button meetings. I'm not on the send button meetings. A lot of people have asked me why I'm not on the send button meeting. They've restricted it to 2 people, and it's whoever is doing the send button, they get to invite whoever they want to be on. I haven't been invited. It's okay. I've done a lot of videos. I'm still doing videos. I still am on the send button meeting. I watch the send button meeting. You should too. Let me just touch base. Abundance Mine. We're up to 155 affiliates. We're going to be setting up this first mine by March. You can make money now with the commissions that are there, and we're going to be creating a very abundant system, right, for people to actually make Bitcoin. Now, the Bitcoin being very low right now is a perfect time to get as much as possible. We're coming into this when we're going to take this ride up. We're going to be very excited. Everyone's going to want to get into the Bitcoin mining. At least this will be a true system of mining, not like these fake systems out there that could never be. Always presenting that they're going to do this and do this. It's not real. There's only one way to make money in Bitcoin, and that's over time. That's okay. It takes time for everything, including Pringles, to make things happen. Nothing is instant. So if you're interested, my contact details will be below this video. I've got a Abundance Mine group in Telegram that we're in, and we discuss things ongoing, daily basis. Also, I'm working on another update to my buykringles.online site that will be up and running. And so there's some good things happening in there. I'll talk about that at another time. But anyway, so please subscribe, share this video, likes. Forget about the negative comments, guys. Just if you want to have a negative conversation, come on and let's talk about it. So anyway, have a good one. Happy 2019, and see you